Good afternoon, it's Monday, July 9. I'm Milton Walker with the Midday News. A special welcome if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. The appeal court has commenced hearing the appeal of convicted dancehall entertainer Vybz Kartel. Kartel, whose given name is Adidja Palmer, was sentenced to life imprisonment in 2014 for the murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Three other men, Sean Storm Campbell, Andre St. John, Kira Jones, were also convicted for the murder. During the start of this morning's proceedings, attorneys for Sean Campbell applied to the court for the admission of new evidence. The attorneys have asked the panel of judges to allow the admission of a statement that was not pursued at the trial. The attorneys are also expected to apply to the court for the admission of what they described as damaging and prejudicial statements made in the media coverage of the trial. The attorneys will seek to apply to the appeal court for the admission of new evidence regarding jury tampering at the trial. The attorneys intend to argue that the trial judge should have discharged the jury once it was brought to his attention efforts to tamper with the jurors. One of the jurors was arrested and charged following allegations that he approached the foreman to swing the verdict in Kartel's favor. The appeal hearing is scheduled for 3 weeks. The People's National Party, the PNP, has called for Jamaicans to ensure that the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, pays the ultimate price during the next general elections because of what it says are the many scandals which have emerged under the current administration. Speaking at the PNP Central Manchester conference last night, Mr. Bunting argued that what has been unveiled at Petrojam is only the tip of the iceberg.
That you're going to hear more and more and more coming out of Petrojam. We're going to hear that suddenly everything that is procured there is emergency. So it can't go to no competitive tender.
Central Manchester MP Peter Bunting also took a jab at Prime Minister Andrew Holness over the lack of accountability in his administration.
Is this what you promised us in your inauguration? You talk pretty talk, but as Jamaican people would have said, is oily mouth. Not more than oily mouth. You are not new and different.
The man is making the same money as a minister for less work. Because them take away energy from him and leave him with the rest of his portfolio. So Andrew Holness has basically said, all that I have ever said about accountability was a sham. Oil him out, as Peter has told us. The people of Jamaica are watching. They will no longer be hoodwinked by the PR. They are seeing this government for what it really is.
Meanwhile, the opposition is adamant that former Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley should be relieved of all his ministerial duties. Our reporter Giovanni Dennis was at the PNP's press conference early this morning and filed this report.
So I'm just coming out of a press conference at the People's National Party headquarters. Now the PNP is continuing its campaign for the full removal of all ministerial responsibilities from Dr. Andrew Wheatley. They say, based on the litany of breaches uncovered at the state-run oil refinery Petrojam, Dr. Wheatley must go. Now the PNP is also threatening that they will not be collaborating with the government if the Prime Minister fails to act decisively on this matter. But there have also been concerns in the public domain about how the PNP itself has handled the issue of corruption in the past when it was in government. We'll have the answer to that question as well as more details on what was discussed in this press conference in Primetime News at 7 o'clock. We'll see you then.
Giovanni Dennis reporting there. The annual CARICOM Heads of Government Summit ended on Friday in Montego Bay, and Foreign Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith is talking up the positive results from the conference. She highlighted how Jamaica will benefit from the conference on TVJ's Smile Jamaica this morning. More from TVJ's O'Shane Masters.
Multiple reported cases of Jamaicans being targeted when they visit other Caribbean countries. Even though the problem have been reduced in some Caribbean territories, Foreign Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith says the issue was addressed during the CARICOM conference last week.
we have gotten past at this conference, agreed at this conference, the protocol and procedures for refusal of entry, which deals with what every member state should have in place, what all immigration officers should be trained on, the process to allow you to contact family, the arrangements that should be made, if you have small children traveling with you, the accommodations that should be provided, etc., where the line stops between the airline and the government, the things
Very
to make
important.
it clear
Right.
how it is that a member state, a CARICOM national, should be treated in another CARICOM country.
With the free movement problem addressed, Mrs. Johnson-Smith noted that by December 31, 2018, all the members of CARICOM will be implementing the 10 categories of skilled workers that can now move freely within the region.
All UA graduates should be able to move, and they can work in whatever area. You have artisans, you have, which are your construction workers and laborers, you have your teachers and nurses.
Well, it covers a
you
wide.
have wide, absolutely. Domestic workers as well, which is very important for us. And everyone gets certified. You apply to your Ministry of Labor, your relevant Ministry of Labor, for your skill certificate, and then you move to the country to work in the area of your skill certificate.
She added that at least 6 countries signed the protocol on contingent rights, while the others are reviewing the agreement. The contingent rights is attached to the movement of skills regime, which will bring comfort to families who are moving to another regional country.
The contingent right protocol says that when you move under the skills regime or under the services regime, your wife will be able to entitle to work without a work permit, and your children will be entitled on a non-discriminatory basis to access primary school, secondary school, and tertiary up to majority. It also provides access to health services, and if there are, at the schools, for example, if they provide uniforms and books, etc., to their nationals, then they will provide it to your children as well.
Basheen Masters, TVJ News.
As drought conditions persist over a number of parishes, farmers in Malvern and St. Elizabeth are this afternoon crying for assistance to get water to their farms. They say the dry spell in the parish is affecting their livelihood.
We depend on the rainfall, and the rain not fall as brutal as it used to fall. So we're glad if we could get irrigation water.
Another farmer told TVJ News that once the irrigated water is provided, farming activities will be able to get back into full swing.
Because see right now, we have a big parish tank right up here right now. And see standpipe right now, no water. You understand? And we farming now going with nothing because the farming are dead.
In the meantime, Minister without portfolio in the Agriculture Ministry, J.C. Hutchinson, says the ministry is contemplating various interventions.
Some drums, water tanks, drip irrigation and so forth to see if we can help them out, especially in the south where it's more severe.
Last week, Member of Parliament for St. Elizabeth Southwestern, Floyd Green, called for a drought intervention program for the parish. After years of waiting, vendors in the Black River Market will be provided with more shelter from the sun and rain through the installation of protective awnings around the newly constructed market. This will be done by the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation at a cost of approximately $5 million. Chairman of the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Mayor Derek Sangster, says work has already commenced on the framework to accommodate the installation of the awnings.
We are actually putting up the awnings now. The infrastructure work, the framework is being put up there now. We had that discussion with the minister from a few months back. They have now sent the money, and the work is actually being done there now to put up the awnings that have been long been promised to help control the sun and the blowing in and affecting the investment in the market. That is a work in progress right now.
He also noted that additional work will need to be carried out to eliminate some unhygienic practices within the market space.
About 2 weeks ago, I toured the market with my CEO and superintendent and so to look at certain problems that are existing there. Which one is going to be addressed in short order. Just for one instance, there's a corner there that is being used as a bathroom facility. Let me not put it that way. Which are going to fence off and, you know, try and eliminate that. There's another section that is in need of, I would say we have to put a urinal there to try and prevent male persons from using it as a urinating station. So there are many other problems which we are going to be dealing with to try and see if the operations at the market can be made more effective.
He, however, expressed concern with the usage of the bathroom facilities. Mr. Sangster says even though there are adequate facilities, they are not fully utilized as persons refuse to pay the required usage fees. Also addressing the situation at the Santa Cruz market where vendors complain of the poor state of the facility, Mayor Sangster said that the municipal corporation is awaiting funds which were promised by the Minister of Local Government to carry out much needed upgrading at the facility. The Early Childhood Commission says it's pleased with the assistance from some corporate entities in helping institutions improve their standards. The most recent is from Sagicor Foundation's Adopt a School program, where the AME Basic School in Portland Cottage in Clarendon was assisted with meeting some 12 standards. Commission Region 6 Supervisor Simone Ellis-Dixon notes that Standard 6 speaks to proper furniture and infrastructure.
The furniture for our children, which is awesome. And Standard 5 now speak to outdoor equipment, which is a beautiful play area that you have just established. It's really good. They really needed the assistance from Sagicor in order for the children to have furniture put in place around, and the kitchen and dining area was really good. So we are slowly meeting those legal items, which is awesome.
President and CEO of Sagicor Group, Chris Zaka, says the assistance is significant.
Under this program for this year, 3 schools were adopted. In addition to AME, we also adopted DeFrank Early Childhood in Greenvale, Manchester, and Horton Grove Early Childhood Institution in Ramble District, Hanover. So you see we span the entire island. The foundation, the Sagicor Foundation, is fully committed and dedicated to improving the lives of the people in the communities that we serve. While caring, inspiring, and serving is at the heart of what we do and why we do it.
The Sagicor Foundation has invested over $12 million in the program, which also involves Christmas treats, back-to-school health fair, as well as reading and fun days. And in sports, as the Sunshine Girls prepare for the upcoming assignments later this year, they've forged a unique partnership with a fellow sporting association to raise funds. Trishana McGowan reports.
Despite being one of the most successful team sports in Jamaica, the local governing body for netball has always had to find several ways of trying to fund its program. The most recent being through a partnership with the Jamaica Golf Association for a Scramble Golf tournament. Netball Jamaica President Dr. Paula Daly Morris explained the importance of the partnership.
For us in Netball Jamaica, it's an important day. We are elated that we are able to partner with the Jamaica Golf Association to put on a tournament to raise funds for the Sunshine Girls. As you know, we are always in need of additional resources, and whatever we earn from this will go a far way in offsetting our costs.
The Netball Jamaica President also stressed the importance of creative thinking on the part of her association in trying to secure funding.
For us, we are about building partnerships with corporate Jamaica, with other sporting organizations, just about any entity that can help us to raise the funds that we need to move our team from the position 3 or 4 in the world to 2nd or even 1st in the world.
Jamaica Golf Association President Peter Chin was happy to form the partnership.
We are very happy indeed that the Sunshine Girls decided to use golf as a means of raising funds to help their cause. And you know, we know how popular they are, and we are very, very happy. The Jamaica Golf Association and the golfing community is extremely pleased to participate in this wonderful event, and we wish them all the best.
Vangelie Williams is the captain of the Sunshine Girls team, expressing her delight in the new venture.
Well, this is our first fundraiser for the year, and it's a golf tournament, and you know golf is new and fun for some people, and I'm just happy that we had at least 40 participants coming out today, and they actually welcomed us when we walk around for the different pots and everything. So we were happy to be here and mingling and just telling them about netball and them telling us about golf.
The Sunshine Girls will next be in action in a 2-test home series against Trinidad and Tobago in October before welcoming Commonwealth Games champions England later in the month. Trishana McGowan, TVJ Sports.
And that's the midday news. I'm Milton Walker. Join us at 7 for primetime news on behalf of the news, sports and production teams. Good afternoon.